Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Brand Lincoln. I am your host, Chris Beecham, joined by my co host, Henry Schmidt.
Hi, Chris. Good morning.
No Joe today. He's working. That's fine.
That's okay.
So today, by the way, we're sponsored by Perch Merch. Yes, it's my company. No, I did not bully the show into sponsoring itself. We do custom apparel, trade show swag, and company stores without the usual nonsense. So if your merch sucks, that's on you now. How was that?
It's a good slogan, Chris.
That was pretty
it's
good.
a little wordy, but we can trim it down.
Okay, well, we'll do something different every single time. So today in the Perch Merch studio, we have one of the owners of Penelope's Little Cafe, located at 4724 Pioneers Boulevard, Lincoln, Nebraska. Also reigning Munch Madness champion.
Woo! We're hoping for back-to-back this year, but
It's probably a hard one to get.
it's very hard. There are so many phenomenal restaurants.
Is it
out
32
here.
or 64?
32.
Okay. That's hard.
Yeah.
What's your strategy?
Wait,
Or
hold
if
on.
you don't want to share it on air.
Introduce yourself.
Yeah, who are you?
I'm Jessica. I'm with Penelope's Little Cafe. Brenda Failer is my mother, who owns the restaurant along with my father, and silent partner is my grandmother, who you'll see there most days if you're in after 11 o'clock.
Okay. Got it. We already heard a little bit of the history. Let's just start from the beginning because it was a spectacular story. Tell the story of how Penelope's came about.
I was working for a company out in Massachusetts called Market Basket, and I was an assistant bakery manager, and I would go around to all the different stores. So I would even go up to like Manchester, but I was stationed down in Cape Cod, and I found out I was pregnant with my second child, all while I had just given birth, and my first one was only not even 6 months old. So, we couldn't get a transfer in to get closer back to family. So I literally went out on my break and I called my mom and I go, "You buy a restaurant and we'll move back." And we moved back January 31st of 2014, and Penelope's opens its doors on a soft opening on January 14th of 2015.
Just like that. Mom was like, all right.
It's that easy.
She would do anything to get her grandkids back here. So
I understand that. But was she in the restaurant business at all, or?
So here's the fun fact. My mom started off at the Garden Cafe when she was 14 years old.
Henry, you have no idea what that is.
I don't know what that
is.
is.
Oh my gosh, that was one of my favorite places.
Oh my gosh. So yes, she started when she was 14, and then a couple years went by and there was a new line cook who then thought my mom was very pretty. And then kept following her, and she went on one date with him, and she was like, I don't think he's for me. And he just kept popping up everywhere, and then he cut the German coffee cake wrong, and my mom fired him.
That was the breaking point?
That was the breaking point. And and what ended up happening is he just kept coming around, and my mom ended up falling for him, and, all these years later. So my parents have always been in the restaurant business, and especially if you were walking.
I'm glad that story ended like that because I didn't know how it was going to end.
Right?
We got a stalker.
Yeah, and it is really, funny because me and my brother have grown up in the restaurant business. If you went to the Garden Cafe back in the late 80s, early 90s, you would have seen me running around. I played with the ivy on the trellis,
Mm-hmm.
My mom worked at the Tam O'Shanter.
Oh.
And they used to have the big red fuzzy walls and everything. All the memories
They
of
had
childhood.
those till like 5 years ago. Honestly.
I haven't been in there forever. But and then back in the early 2000s, my parents actually bought the bar out in Palmyra, and they named it the Fifth Quarter Classic, and they had Donkey Polo out there. They had us when they were really young, so they had their wilder days when we were older. So they had a lot of fun, and my mom then came back. They got regular jobs here. My mom stayed in the restaurant business. My dad ended up working for LPS for the custodial department. And then, we just, they decided, they wanted to get back in the restaurant business is the biggest thing.
They just needed that push from you.
Yeah,
apparently.
basically, it was just, okay, game, and.
How did you decide on the concept? What you want? Because it's just breakfast and lunch. There is no dinner at Penelope's, correct?
That is correct. But when we first opened, we did serve dinner.
Okay.
We didn't used to serve breakfast.
Oh,
We
Okay.
started that pretty much right after the article came out in the Journal-Star. That first month, that we were open, it was, very slow, trying to get getting people in, being out in that corner. And that was back in the day that social media really wasn't there like it is now. Now you can you don't need any money for advertising. You can literally just open right up your phone and just start, okay, here's Instagram, here's Facebook, here's TikTok. Back then, you would go, okay, I have to publish in the Journal-Star. There's $300 to $800, So we were barely surviving when we first opened. And then Jeff Korblick ended up coming in and trying our food. And he actually called us, I think it was 2 days before the article came out. And he goes, I just want to tell you, I rated you very high, and just be prepared. So keep in mind, I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
And by this time, I am 8 months pregnant, and we are slammed. We talk about the parking at Penelope's. The parking lot across the street was getting filled. And we end up having to shut down in the middle of the day just to open up for dinner service. And I am just hugely pregnant, and I am just peeling potatoes for mashed potatoes like crazy. It was unbelievable. So yeah, we used to serve prime rib and everything. And then once that article came out, we were able to, okay, we're kind of stepping back, seeing what we really like. And we started adding breakfast in there. And then we started making dinner only a few nights. And then we just took away dinner because we didn't have time. I had
seems
two
like
kids.
You had been there since 5:30 in the morning.
Exactly. It was very long days of getting everything done, and somebody always had to be there.
So what day of the week do you remember that his article came out or his section in the paper came out?
Oh,
It used to come out the same time every week.
I want to say it's a Sunday. We have the article in a frame, of course.
I believe it's a Thursday or Friday.
Yeah.
So within 24 hours, or was it the same day that the article came out that you saw a change?
We seen it that night, and then we thought we were prepared, but we were not prepared.
That's awesome, though, right?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's a fantastic problem to have, but at the same time, you're just like, I'm so
this is
sorry.
Truly a family business, probably even more so back then, right? It's just the family cooking and working.
Basically, when we first started, and we had 2 servers and a cook stay with us from El Sitio's, when it went from El Sitio's to Penelope's.
That's what it was before. Yes.
Yes. And then, so Paul, and if you ever check our post, Paul's still there. We said Paul came with the building. He is literally family. We have spent Thanksgivings with him. We've gone to his wedding. We have seen all walks of life, and he's been with us. And we're very blessed to have all the workers that we have.
Yeah. How many workers total do you have?
Including the family or
including
okay.
the family. 'Cause you said basically family's always there.
Like 15, including the family. So we're very just small. We're very tight knit.
I wouldn't call that small.
Well, it used to be a lot smaller.
Was it like 4 or 5 when that article came out, you think?
Yeah. Yeah, it was I think we had 2 other servers besides my mom, and I was in the back cooking, and we had 1 cook and a dishwasher.
Got it.
So you're really just balls to the wall, and then you're pregnant, you have to have a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Then what?
So, yeah, who fills the spot?
You don't want to know how much time I took off after I had
2 days?
a week.
God.
I took off a week.
Dedication,
It's dedication. It really is. And when you're feeling okay, I didn't overstrain myself. I wasn't up there doing, hardcore anything. But, was it hard? Absolutely.
Let's go a little bit to your social media, which is spectacular. If you're not following Penelope's on any social media, it's spectacular, especially during this Munch Madness thing, because I'm a big fan of Jack in the Mornings.
Yeah.
Jack and Friends. So if you want to come on, Jack Mitchell, that's cool. but you've come in not first for the last couple years, and so you went with the brides. Just go ahead. You can tell the story.
We had talked when we had lost the year previous.
When you say lost, did you get to the championship?
That one, the first time we had made it into the final two with Muchachos, and Nick beat us out. You, Nick. And then we went to Final Four, and we had lost against Norms one year. We always lost to who won. Yeah. Always. And so Cheesesteak Grill lost against them. So it's just like, we're like, Mom had said, she goes, we're always the bridesmaid. And it's just like, well, that needs to be our theme for next year. She completely forgets about it. Nomination day comes in. I drop my kids off at school, listening to it on the radio. I call them. My mom is at the restaurant listening. She has no idea I'm calling in. And I'm like, hey, this is Jess from Penelope's. They're like, hey, hold on, we want to put you on the air. So then they start getting me talking, and I'm like, oh, yeah, we're all prepared. We got a theme ready to go for this year. My mom's at the computer going, what theme? What are you talking about? And so I get to the restaurant, and she, like, looks at me from her office going, what are you talking about? You know? And I was just like, we're doing always a bridesmaid, never the bride. And I was like, we're getting veils. And we bought like $4 veils off of Amazon. And the thing is what happens is you're not having to go up to everybody and ask them to vote for you. People are coming in going, what are the veils? Yep. Who's getting married? It gets people's attention, and then they want to be involved. They want to be, yep. They remember it. So yeah, we went balls to the wall. I mean, we even had a minister there.
Yeah, doing real weddings.
Doing real weddings.
How many people got married?
0.
Okay.
Too many.
But he was ready.
There were so many people, and they're all watching everything. It's like, we had one couple that wanted to, but then they're just like, there are just too many people. But everybody had a blast. People were taking pictures, you know, and it ramped up people's excitability. And so, yeah, that's when I really started getting onto, you know, TikTok. But I wasn't doing, you know, a lot. It was on my own private page, my own personal TikTok. And then finally I was like, you know, I think I just need to make a TikTok for Penelope's. And so I did, and I started taking some videos. And my mom's just looking at me going, I don't get this. No. And I go, there's nothing to get. Yeah, exactly. It's just like, don't worry about it. And it's just like, I know you don't understand this, but other people. And so then when it came to the Australian kicker for Nebraska, I went to go make that video. And I'm like, we're doing this fairy toast. We had already discussed doing the Australian breakfast. That went over fantastic. So many people. We end up having to make it again for the second day because we ran out the first day.
Wait, what was it?
An Australian fried breakfast. So we had sausage links. We made homemade Australian baked beans. We made homemade crusty bread. Came with 2 eggs, sauteed mushrooms. And yeah, I mean,
I'm in.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Right? You know, we tried to make, you know, we were trying to entice them to come in. So if you're happy to hear this, I would love for you still to come in. But so, yeah, we went to go make the fairy toast. And I was like, okay, Mom, just record me. And I had my script. I'm ready to go. And I'm like, all right. And I go do it. And Mom's like, I don't like that angle. Let's redo it. And then so I do it again. She made me redo it 3 times.
Now she knows more. She knows social media.
She knows social media. So by this time, I change it from, you know, fairy bread to fairy toast. I don't know if that's what made the video go viral, but I cannot tell you how many people told me, it's not fairy toast, it's fairy bread. I'm like, I know, I said it right the first 2 times. The third time it wasn't, and I didn't catch it, you know? But yeah.
Maybe that's what did it.
Yeah. Get them arguing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and it's amazing. And then so like, we only ran that special for that weekend. And then it was about like 2 months ago, I had an Australian woman come in and she goes, can I get fairy bread? And I whipped it up for her and I brought it out to her, and the twinkle in her eye. And it's just like that childhood nostalgia. And it's like, it's just whipped butter and sprinkles. on bread, but it was touching. And it really, it made my heart feel so good to bring a little bit of childhood to someone.
Yep.
Yeah. So Archie Wilson, if you're listening, which we know you are, you need to come to Penelope's and you will make the toast for him, but it's not on your menu.
It's not on our menu.
Maybe it's something we think about.
That's
If he shows up, he's got to show up.
If he shows up, I will dedicate one day a year to just selling fairy toast.
It can be
Bread.
Archie Day.
Yeah.
Archie Day.
Archie Day. So let's go through the menu. Like, what's their number one sellers? What do you specialize in for somebody who has not been there?
So for breakfast, basically, other than our number 2, which is 3 strips of bacon, 2 eggs, hash browns, toast, and coffee or iced tea comes with your meal, would be our French toast combo. And the thing is we make more of a custard base batter for that bread, and then we deep fry it.
Okay.
So
it's probably pretty good.
Yeah. So we sell a lot of French toast. And so right now I'm actually going through this with Mom. I'm going to make a strawberry puree jam, and like I do for my pies and everything. And I'm going to put it in the sandwich bread, and I'm going to make Uncrustables basically, dip them into the French toast batter, and then deep fry them.
I think we should have tried this for this show right now.
I know. I've been doing it. I might have. There might be a picture on my phone. So
I mean, yeah. Oh, I'm in.
And that's been the fun thing is my mom, especially after this last year, she's kind of let me have a little bit more creative reins, I want to say, and doing these different specials. And I did a peanut butter bacon sauce to go over things. People were putting it on their bologna, on their hamburgers. So yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
I love being
Henry's
creative
judging
with food.
us, but I mean, I'm in.
It's fine.
He's the health nut.
Yeah, for sure.
We do have veggie burgers. They're black beans.
No, that's not what I'm about.
Okay, good.
I would rather eat your Uncrustables than that.
That sounds delicious. All right, so what's the plans now then? Like, what's the future of Penelope's?
I wish we could say about opening another one, but with, food costs and time, I'm wanting to see my kids, slowly come into it. I have a about to be 13-year-old who takes a lot of pride that this is, our restaurant. And, it's just teaching the next generation and, our customers, people.
Yeah, you have a cult following.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Journal Star, I don't know if you know this, but in 2020, they came out with a new category for their Lincoln Choice Awards called Under the Radar. And it's for businesses that basically, I think, that don't advertise. And we won.
Yeah.
And then we won in 2021. And then 2022, I think it was, we got runner-up.
Are you really under the radar if you win under the radar 3 times in a row?
We've won it every year. Other than
I would not say that's under the radar.
Yeah,
I don't know. So I could definitely see this whole cult following because, yeah, we do. We have families. We have a gentleman that comes in and his family's, the rest of them are up north. And he's he comes in every day. Every day. And then he's like, here's my 5 daughters, and it's like, Henry, you have a family,
Look at you.
So, yeah, in, different parts of the community. And, you don't take enough time to take into Facebook and just type the name of your business and see what pops up for people tagging. Because a lot of times you miss that on some notifications and sometimes it don't notify you. And it's just like, oh, look, Frank Solich is eating at Penelope's. And apparently he eats there all the time. Didn't recognize him.
Got it.
I mean, he's not the most noticeable guy.
No.
Just a small little guy.
Nice guy.
No, but it's just we had Coach Miles when he was the basketball coach. He used to come in and take recruits in. And for some reason, they would always order chocolate milk.
Oh.
The recruits. I don't know. It was always chocolate milk.
They're like, you got to try the chocolate milk.
You got to have this chocolate milk, man.
No, that's awesome. Okay, so not another location.
Not another location,
Probably not dinner.
Definitely not dinner.
It's just with what you're famous for.
Yep, like my dad said when it came to the concept of Penelope's, he's got this saying, and he goes, "It's where your mama comes to eat." He's like, "We're not putting that on the shirts, Dad. We're not putting," And he's like, "That's always what I like to say." But the other thing he always would bring up is, we didn't want to reinvent the wheel. We just wanted to make it tasty and affordable. We wanted you to be able to come into Penelope's and eat a couple times a month. You know what I mean? Rather than it being a once a month treat. And that's what we see. We see families there every weekend. We know the tickets. I'm back in the kitchen. I'm like, oh, there's the chicken fried steak skillet guy, up eggs, no gravy. And then he orders a second one like 10 minutes later with no toast the second time. So it's just like, the tickets, know the people. And, I've been privileged to be able to go out front now that we've got a more established kitchen. I got people I can trust a little bit more to cook my food how I like. So I can go out front and interact with people. And, especially now with the social media, people actually know who I am, rather than the select few, more people actually like, hey, I know you from the videos. And I'm like, hey, do you want to be in a video? And they're like, okay,
Yeah, you have one or two. Yeah, either, I'll be in it, or no, no.
Yeah.
Okay, I should have asked this before. Who is Penelope?
That was my initial thought, because you said your mom's name, you said your name.
I know, I was like, wait a minute.
Okay, so we have conflicting stories on this, me and my mom.
Even better.
Yeah. She always just says that she loved the name Penelope's. But when I found out I was pregnant with my second, I didn't know if it was a boy or girl at first. And I had just said in brief passing that if it was a girl, I liked the name Penelope. And so by this time, I had already had a daughter named Lillian Joe. And mom's like, I can't, you're already pregnant with the second one. And my brother has a child. She goes, I can't name it after one grandchild,
Yeah, then you're picking a favorite.
Then you're picking a favorite, And so, now there's 6 grandchildren. So she's
none
very
of them are named Penelope.
None of them are named Penelope.
Okay. So there's no Penelopes.
There's no Penelope.
Okay. But we can make one. Like a mascot?
Oh, I do not want to bring AI. Do not bring AI in this, man. I do not want some.
We got to grab it. If Joe was here, our graphic designer. We'll make him a Penelope. I can picture.
No, I like the story of it not being anyone.
Yeah,
that's good.
So, okay, hours, days. When are you open?
We are open 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Every day of the week. Always check our Facebook status if there's something weird going on outside. If we happen to have to close, we try very rarely. We can't help it when a car runs into the building or
it happens.
Our fryers catch on fire. Things happen, but we do try to put it out there as fast as possible.
Did somebody run into the building?
Yes.
When was that?
It happened.
That was January 2nd of 2021.
Okay. Just forgot it was in drive?
He went to go push on the brake and he pressed on the gas.
Got it.
Sorry about
when that happens.
Sorry about that.
Oh, that was scary.
How long were you closed down for?
Just that day.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Were people eating in the restaurant at the time?
Yes, I have video of it.
So what? You're like, hey, there's to-go boxes here, guys?
We were very lucky because, there was people at the booth that they hit because it was a busy Saturday. It was like 11:05. Like you're talking.
It's a busy every day there.
Yes, except for right now, it's cold. We know it's cold. Come in, because, we are definitely seeing, you definitely see a decline in business, in your colder months in January,
Well, last couple days. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So we encourage people go out, go to your local businesses, go to your local restaurants. We're all in this together, and I think that's also what I've taken from Munch Madness. I don't know if you really paid attention to our Facebook page because, like I said, at that time we didn't have the TikToks going on really, but the Facebook page, I was going around to everybody. Yeah. Yes.
Oh, you're trying them all.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
supporting each other. Yeah.
I made such good friendships that, we run into each other. I love getting to talk to these people. They're so amazing and everybody's from different walks of life. And
yet everybody's in the same boat.
Everybody's in the same boat.
Mm-hmm. No, that's awesome. So what's your plan for this year then? Are you going for
you got a theme?
The win?
You don't have to say it.
For a new theme?
We do have a theme.
Isn't it this week or next week that
nominations, I think, usually start late February.
I swear
it aligns with March Madness.
It does.
Yeah,
it usually aligns pretty much right up with with the March Madness, and they usually the voting goes on the second week of March into the first week of April. So,
Okay.
and if you get into the, you're used to like when the first couple weeks, it's only one voting a week, usually you're in. And then by the last week, you're like in 2 votings because it's just like, so then you're like, you just pass, you realize, okay, I'm Final Four.
Made
or
it to the next round.
Yeah. Now you're like, okay, we got to get going. We got to start doing this. So, but, I really hope the other restaurants really come out swinging this year. There are so many freaking tough contenders here. You look at like Tacos Los Hermanos.
Yeah.
Look at how much, they were already big before. And then they opened up their brick and mortar.
Have you seen that one in Havelock, Chris?
Yeah, it's like it's got a green building, or
Yeah, it's
is it
wild
green?
on the
Yeah.
inside.
Mhm.
I've not been inside. No, we'll have to have him on too.
Yeah, fantastic food. And that's what's so great. I feel like Lincoln is such a great melting pot of so many different cultures and so many different restaurants. And I wish people would get out there and try something that maybe they wouldn't have tried before. Like falafel, and so yeah, definitely it's definitely a great
So
thing.
did you ignore my question then?
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah,
On
we can
purpose?
talk.
I
We can talk about it
I was like, see,
We're
I had
not-
a look at the beginning.
we're not-
I'm not going to
We're not
disclose
talking
this
about
yet."
the theme yet.
Are you wearing wedding veils again?
We are
No, you
not
can't
wearing
now
wedding
because
bells.
now you've been the bride.
We're wearing something else. We tried making it a baby moon with Paul. Paul and Chelsea were like, "Come on, get pregnant, Paul.
Oh.
Come on, you guys, get pregnant." So we could just make it after the wedding. Here comes the baby, and he's like, "No, we're not going to do that."
Stay strong, Paul.
And I'm like, "Come on, do it for the team. Have a kid."
Got it. All right, well, we will stay tuned for all that. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on. That was
I
very
appreciate you
Jessica.
guys. I appreciate you guys highlighting all the different businesses, and I love
we'll be
seeing
doing
your
a video
content.
tour there, and if I can try the Uncrustable thing, that would be cool in the video.
I will absolutely make
show
sure
them.
of that.
I'm definitely trying the French toast
Yes.
for sure.
Hot beefs. We're also known for our hot beefs. We cook our roast beef for 24 hours, and I make a homemade vegetable stock, and then I take all the beef trimmings, and then I turn that into our beef gravy.
There we go.
Like legit.
It's legit gravy. Like you want to just eat it.
Like
Yeah,
soup.
Like you don't
Yeah.
need to put it on anything.
You don't need to put
Yeah.
it on anything.
Love it. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. Thanks.
Bye.